Namaste everyone. In today's video, I wanted to share with you some of the experience I had with dreams and what you can do to basically overcome some of the challenges that you go through in your dreams. My name is Priya. I'm very passionate about sharing positivity, empowering others to live their life to their fullest. We're all creators and we have the capability to live the life we want. So let's make it beautiful together. So today's topic is about dream, and I know dream, there's so many information out there. We don't know 100% all about it. We know that average human being will go through a dream every day for at least 2 hours, and most of the at least like 45 minutes is like through REM stage, where it's called the rapid eye movement, where your brain is very active, similar to how you are when you're awake. So all that being said, we all know we dream, and most of us, when we wake up, we can't remember. Even if we know we had a dream, when we try to remember it, it tends to fade away. And some of the dreams, yes, we can remember, and most of it we can't. Sometimes most people that I know doesn't even think they dream because they can't remember anything. But just because it didn't happen, or you can't recognize it, or you don't know that it happened, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So dreams definitely exist. But in spiritual world, the way we think about it is it's another dimension. So you can look at it as, people think about thought, the way our thought form is, that's how our world is created. And so our thought forms continue in the dream as well. And because the dream world looks totally different sometimes. Sometimes you interact with creatures that you want to interact in real life. Those things then feel like it's a different dimension. And different dimensions exist, and just because we can't feel it doesn't mean it doesn't. So there are different dimensions that people go through during meditations, and that's how dream works as well, apparently. So from my experience, what I wanted to share with you is that when I used to dream, there were some challenges I used to face. And when I'm saying challenges is sometimes I get into a point where there's no pathway, I need to jump off, and then I would realize it's like a high-rise building and I need to jump off that building, or it would be a high-rise bridge and I need to jump off that bridge. And I would always have this fear of jumping off, because I would, even though I know it's a dream, I feel like I'm gonna get hurt, I'm gonna pass or something like that, and I wouldn't do it. I would resist. And similar things happens in other dreams where I'm trying to escape, and then it's like a maze, and then I'm not able to escape. And I'm pretty sure others have similar experiences like this. I'm not the only one experiencing this. But these are some of the challenges. Then I get up and I'm like, it was just a dream. Why couldn't I do it, right? So one of the masters told me that dreams are actually sometimes like testing. And so because it's a different dimension, technically you can do anything in that dream and you are able to come back anyway. So when you're in that dream, you kind of have to tell yourself, this is a way of the masters, the gurus, the universe testing you to see how prepared you are. And when you start doing that, you would actually in your dream face all the challenges. And I have been practicing that for the last probably about 1 year, ever since the master told me that this is a challenge, this is a test from the universe, and you need to kind of overcome that, because whatever you're dreaming is a representation of what's happening in your physical world. But it doesn't mean it's a direct representation. So let's say a tiger or an elephant is chasing you and you're running in your dream. That doesn't mean you're going to get chased by a tiger or a lion or an elephant in the real life, in your physical world. But in your dream, whatever is chasing you, you're probably feeling in your physical world that you're running away from something. And it could be from yourself or the truth or whatever it is. It could have a deeper meaning, but you might not recognize it right away. But it means that you are basically running away from something that you're not able to face. And so these are just, I'm not a dream. I'm not an expert at dream where I can say this means this, but what I'm trying to say is the stuff that we see in our dream world, there's some level of representation in our physical world. So the challenges we face there, we're probably avoiding, we're probably not going forward. If we're stopping ourselves from jumping or going, taking that leap, we're probably doing that in our real life in some form or the other. So one way, ever since my master told me, is in my dream, then I started telling myself, and it's so weird how conscious you are at that time, because I was able to tell myself that this is a dream, and I was able to say it's a test and I'm gonna do it. And it worked like Inception, like the movie Inception. The minute I started telling myself it's a test and I jump, then the field changes, and then it's almost like, oh, I get a ladder, and then I get a different road, and then it's like it's exactly like watching Inception. So then I started enjoying it, and I started taking that challenge. And what was interesting in my experience is that when I started doing that, and this is so subtle, you might not notice unless you're very conscious about it. In my physical world, I realized I was getting more confident in making decisions or making the right choice, or whatever choice it was. I was like, usually things that would say, you know, that I would be like, oh no, very hesitant, just like in my dream where I was hesitant to jump. Usually in the physical world, whatever I'm hesitant to do, I'm more like, I'll do it, I'll try it. Well, what's there to lose? And so I started seeing that little change, and I felt like it has to do with some of the work I have done in my dream. So because it's a representation in the real world, in the physical world. So the point I wanted to make here is that if you're facing challenges, tell yourself it's a test, and tell yourself it's a dream and you can do it, and take that leap and see if you can bring that representation back to the physical world, where you start seeing changes in your physical life as well. I hope this topic was interesting for you. If it was, and if you have similar experiences, please let me know in the comments as well, because I would like to learn from you as well. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, click the notification button. I'm very determined to creating weekly videos for you guys. Until then, namaste.